Good morning, children. So last time I have taught you the chemical equation, chemical reaction, chemical change, and skeletal equation, and some equations I have given, some chemical reaction and the equations I have given. Today I will say you about how to balance a chemical equation. First, the chemical equations which are not balanced, they are called skeletal equation, or unbalanced chemical equation. So what is unbalanced chemical equation? A chemical equation expressed in symbols and formula such that the number of atoms of different elements towards the side of a reactant is not equal to the number of atoms of the same elements towards the side of a product. Then the equation is called skeletal equation or unbalanced chemical equation. So I can give you one example. So for example, H2 plus O2 produces H2O. Here the number of atoms of the hydrogen element towards the left hand side is 2, but number of hydrogen atoms towards the product side is 2. It is balanced. But the number of atoms of oxygen here towards the left hand side is 2, but towards the right hand side it is 1. So it is unbalanced. So this one is the skeletal equation. And here it should be balanced to obey the law of conservation of mass. What is the law of conservation of mass? Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in any chemical reaction. The total mass of the reactant before the reaction is equal to the total mass of the product after the reaction. So now here the mass of hydrogen plus the mass of oxygen, how much it is in the reactant side, is not equal to the mass of water in the product side. But when it will be balanced like H2, 2H2 plus O2 produces 2H2O. Now the mass of this one equal to the mass of this one. So before the reaction, the total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product after the reaction. This is law of conservation of mass. Now how to balance the chemical equation? I have told you. So how to balance the chemical equation? So to balance the chemical equation, I have told you that I will teach in a different method. So you have to know about the metals, you have to know about the non-metals, you have to know about the atomic numbers and elements. All the elements you have to know. And also, so in a what is balanced chemical equation? I taught that is the number of atoms of the elements towards the reactant side is equal to the number of atoms of the product towards the right hand side or product side. So in a balanced chemical reaction, atoms are not lost or gained, and the number of atoms in the reactants is equal to the number of atoms in the products. Okay, this is in a balanced chemical equation. Now we will go through the rule first. Rule. What is the rule to balance? This is a different method I have told you. So we have to find first one. We have to find F number. We have to find F number. So it is the number of places. Frequency. F means this is the frequency. This is the number of places at which an element occurs in a skeletal equation. F is the number of places or a number of times, not the how many. Keep in your mind, this is not a how many number of elements. This is how many times it is coming. I will give the example and I will show you. So we have to find the F number. Second, so after writing the F number of the elements, which elements are participating, we have to write. Number of what are the elements they are participating in the whole equation, we have to write. Then we have to write the F number. After writing the F number, we have to find the order of balancing. So which element will be balanced first? that one we have to do. We have to see. It will be balanced first, or it will be balanced second, or it will be balanced third, or it will be balanced fourth. We have to see that. So to know that which one first, then second rule, third rule, we have to go through the which element has the least f number. We have to see the least f number. Which element has the least f number will be balanced first. If the elements they have same f number, if two or more elements they have the same f number, then we have to balance the metallic element. We have to give importance to the metallic element will be balanced first. If same f number, we have to balance the metallic element. Okay, next fifth question again it will come. If two metals they have the same f number, so which one will be balanced first? So if two or more metallic elements with the same f number, then balance the metallic element with the highest atomic number. Highest atomic number. First least f number you will choose. First f number you will choose. You have to write the elements first. Elements you will write, f number you will choose. You will find the least f number. After finding least f number, you will find the metallic element. If two elements having same f number, which one is metallic element, you will find first. If two metals having same f number, then you will find which metallic element has the highest atomic number. If it is atomic number highest, it will be balanced first. Then the sixth one, again the question is coming. If two metallic elements, okay, one is the highest atomic number, then which one has the least atomic number will be balanced second. Then we will go to non-metal. Non-metal the same way, which has the if two non-metals they have the same f number, which has the highest atomic number will be balanced first. Okay, then in the next you will see which one having less f number will be balanced first. Next we will balance next. Okay, now we will go through the example. We will go through the example now. And take one example of PBAC. PbNO3 whole 2 produces PbO plus NO2 plus O2. This one I will take the example. This is important, that's why I am telling you. Okay, here another one I have left to say you. If any diatomic molecules are there, you will choose the diatomic molecule should be written in the atomic form. Should be written in the atomic form. Atomic form, you keep in mind. Atomic form. So now we write this one, you have to balance. You should write PbNO3 whole 2 produces PbO plus NO2 plus atomic form. Oxygen is a diatomic molecule, so you have to write O. Okay. Now, according to our rules, we have to balance. What we have to write first? You have to write the elements. Then we have to write F number. Then order of balancing. Elements what are? One is Pb is there, N is there, O is there. So Pb how many times it is there? How many places? Once, twice. Pb F number 2. Then N, here 1, here 1, 2. Then oxygen, here 1, here 1, here 1, here 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 times is there. 4 places. 4. Then which one we have to balance? We have to balance which has the least F number. So here this one or this one, this is the F number is 2. So this one will be balanced first. So out of these two, which one is metal we have to find? Lead. This one will be balanced first. This one will be balanced second. Then non-metal will go. This one will be balanced third. Okay. So we have written the elements, then F number, then order of balancing we have written. Now we have to balance. First lead. Lead, here one lead is there, here another one lead is there. Left hand side 1, right hand side also 1. So that it is already balanced. We have ticked. Now we will go through nitrogen. Here NO3 whole 2, nitrogen 2 is there. Here nitrogen 1 is there. So in the left hand side we have to write 2. So 2 nitrogen happened, it is balanced. Now oxygen. 3 2 is 6, left hand side 6 number of oxygen is there, right hand side 2 2 is 4, 1 5, 1 6. Already oxygen is balanced. But this one, it was in the molecular form, we have to write it in the molecular form. So the whole equation will be multiplied by 2 to make it a diatomic molecule. So it will be 2 PbNO3 whole 2, it will be 2. 2 2 ja, here it will be 2, here 2 2 ja 4, here it will be 4, here O2, as usual it will be O2. It is balanced. Am I clear? This is the way we have to balance. Okay, Kalyani, what's the problem with you?
Sir, what is the meaning of F number, sir?
I told meaning means number of times it is coming in the whole equation. Number of places it is coming in the whole equation. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, another equation I am giving the example. K2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4 produces K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 whole 3 plus H2O plus O2. See, write the equation. K2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4 produces K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 whole 3 plus H2O plus O2. Now, according to rule, we have to follow. First, elements will write. Then F number. Then order of balancing. Elements what are? Potassium is there, chromium is there, oxygen is there, hydrogen is there, sulfur is there. So these are elements participating in the whole chemical reaction. They are in the whole equation. Now we have to write F number. Potassium once, here twice, 2. Chromium once, twice. Oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 number places it is coming. Hydrogen 1, 2. Sulfur 1, 2. Now order of balancing. we have to balance that element which has least F number, but we have 4 places 2 is there: potassium, chromium, hydrogen, sulfur. So that which one will be balanced first? Which are metals first? So these two, this is potassium and chromium. We have to see potassium and chromium, which these two are metals and having same F number. Then next we have to balance that one which has the highest atomic number. So which has the highest atomic number? Here potassium or chromium? Obviously chromium has the highest atomic number. This one will be balanced first. Then next potassium, because it is decreasing order of the atomic number, so then potassium balance. Then we have to go to non-metal in the same F number. So out of these two, hydrogen or sulfur, highest atomic number sulfur, so it will be balanced. Third, this one will be fourth. And now next F number 6, then oxygen, it will be balanced the fifth order. Now we have to balance. Chromium will be balanced first. We check. And before that, I told you, you have to see the whole equation should be in the atomic form. If anyone is a diatomic or triatomic or no atomic molecule is there. Okay, Sonali, what's the problem with you? Sonali?
I think sulfur 3 times there, sir.
Sulfur, okay, very good. 1, 2, 3, very good, nice, very good. Sulfur 3 times is there. Okay, so according to F number, hydrogen, it is coming 2. So 2. This after 2, this according to increasing order of F number, hydrogen will be balanced third, it will be balanced in the third position, and then sulfur, it will be the fourth position. Very good, nice, good. Thank you. Next, increasing order, fifth position, oxygen is coming. Good. Now we have to write K2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4. You have to keep in mind. Whenever you are writing the left hand side of the compound molecule, you have to leave the place for the numerator to balance this. Okay, next produces here K2SO4, here I left the place, then plus Cr2SO4 whole 3, here I left the place, plus H2O, here I left the place, plus here oxygen, I will have to write only O. Okay, now we have to balance. Which one we have to balance? Chromium. Here chromium 2 are there, here chromium 2 are there. Already it is balanced. Chromium is balanced. Now after chromium, we have to go to potassium. Potassium here K2, 2 are there, here K2, 2 are there. It is also already balanced. First one, this two over. Now come to hydrogen. Hydrogen here, 2 number of hydrogen. Here also 2 number of hydrogen. Hydrogen also it is balanced. Okay, next sulfur. We have to balance sulfur. Here 1, here 3, and here 1. 4 sulfurs are there in the right hand side or product side. So here we have to put 4 to make balance sulfur. Okay, 4 H2SO4. Sulfur is balanced. So now sulfur is balanced. Now the turn of oxygen. Here 4 4 are 16 plus 7. 23 number of oxygens are there in the left hand side. Right hand side, here 4 3 are 12 plus here one thing you have to see, here hydrogen 4H2 is there. So again we have to see here. So 8 number of hydrogens are there in the left hand side. So here we have to put 4. So 4 to the 8 it will be. Okay, so hydrogen will be balanced then. Then now we see here oxygen 4, here oxygen 4 is 12, here 4, how much happened? 4 plus 8, 12 plus 8, 20, this side is 23 is there. So we will put here 3. So oxygen is balanced. So here 3 means this one also 23. So everything is balanced now. Potassium balanced, chromium balanced, oxygen balanced, hydrogen balanced, sulfur balanced. But here 3O is there. It should be in the molecular form. So the whole equation, because it is diatomic molecule, the whole equation will be multiplied by 2. So it will be 2 K2Cl2O7. Then here 2 4 the 8. It should be 8. Then here 2. It should be 2. Then here 2. It should be here 2. Then 4 2 the 8. It should be 8H2O. Then 3O2. 6O means 3O2. Here this one will be 3O2. Now this is balanced chemical equation. Everybody understood? Everybody understood now? Write this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. We have different ways the questions will come. How the questions will come? Just try to understand. So the skeletal equation like this is given. First skeletal equation is given. You have to balance. Second way, what equation is given, you have to convert to skeletal equation. Again you have to balance. Second way. Third way the question may come. Skeletal equation, only left hand side it will be given. Only reactants will be given. Only reactants will be given. You have to write the product and then you have to balance. That way it will come. Fourth way, the skeletal equation will be given, but it may have the error. Some error will be there. You have to rectify the error and then you have to balance. Okay. So like example, so here H2SO4, HSO4 it is given. So you have to correct it first. H2SO4 you have to make it. Okay, then you have to balance. In 4 different ways the questions will come. So be ready for that. Okay. Clear? Okay. Now next, can I rub this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolute.
Now informations conveyed by a balanced chemical equation. Informations what a chemical equation is telling. What the chemical equation and what a balanced chemical equation is telling. First point, a balanced chemical equation tells us about the substance which react and the products formed in the chemical reaction. I can take the example of CuO plus CO. Copper oxide plus carbon dioxide produces copper plus carbon dioxide. This is the example I am taking always. This is the example I am taking. Here, our first point, first information it is giving. This is a balanced chemical equation. This balanced chemical equation is giving the information about the substances which react. Copper oxide reacts with the carbon monoxide, which reacts, and what are the products formed. copper and carbon dioxide. These are the products formed. These are the reactants. This is the information conveyed by this balanced chemical equation. Second point, a balanced chemical equation tells us about the symbols and formula of all substances involved in a chemical reaction. What are the symbols and formula? Here, copper oxide CuO, carbon monoxide CO, symbol copper Cu, and formula of carbon dioxide CO2. It is same. Second one. Third one, a balanced chemical equation tells us about the number of atoms of molecules of a substance involved in a chemical reaction. See, here copper oxide 1 number, carbon monoxide 1 number, copper also 1 number, carbon dioxide also 1 number. Okay, they are involved. And fourth one, a balanced chemical equation tells us about the weights of all substances involved in a chemical reaction. Weight of copper oxide, carbon monoxide, copper and carbon dioxide. Okay. So here 80 gram of copper, 80 gram of copper oxide. This is 80 gram. If you will take any gram, 80 gram of copper oxide react with 29 gram of copper monoxide, carbon monoxide, 29 of carbon monoxide, or 20, it is 28 gram of carbon monoxide produces 64 gram of copper and 44 gram of carbon dioxide. If you will take the gram atomic mass or gram molecular mass, if 80 gram of copper oxide reacts with 28 gram of carbon monoxide produces 64 gram of copper and 44 gram of carbon dioxide. Just you see here, 108 gram of copper oxide and carbon monoxide reacts to produce 108 gram of copper and carbon dioxide. So this is balanced. That's why the chemical equations are balanced. Okay, to obey the law of conservation of mass. Am I clear? Everyone understood?
Understood, sir.
Okay, very good, nice. So today I have told you about the different methods, the rules how to balance a chemical equation and information conveyed by a balanced chemical equation. Okay, next class I will tell you about the limitations of a balanced chemical equation. Okay, thank you very much.